Deep within the subterranean training grounds of Sunnyvale, the air was heavy with heat, sweat, and the electric buzz of arcade CRTs running on overdrive. While the generals finalized invasion maps upstairs, the rest of the NorCal vanguard was locked in a brutal, zero-pity internal sparring session. In NorCal, nobody got a pass. If your spacing was trash, your own crew was going to tear you apart verbally before they beat you down on the sticks. You suck. Fix your recovery. In the main pit, Cable Guy was locked in a heated round against Ohio. Cable Guy threw out a heavy energy beam, trying to control the screen, but his footwork slid a fraction of an inch too far forward. Boom! Ohio absorbed the beam directly into his chest using his impact suppression, barely flinching as he closed the distance and slammed Cable Guy with a devastating counter shockwave that knocked him flat on his back. "Are you stupid?" Chunkster yelled from the sidelines, leaning over the railing with an arm full of warm-up gear. "Cable Guy, why the hell are you through a heavy beam at that range? You're sitting there, recovery lagged for 40 frames. A blind kid from SoCal could punish that." "Shut up, Chunkster, I was testing the recoil." Cable Guy growled, pushing himself up off the mat. "Recoil my ass, you got hit because your positioning is garbage." Crystal barked from across the room, where he was adjusting his gloves. "You're supposed to be holding the midline angle. If you do that against Mr. Power, he's going to eat your soul and spit the bones back at your team." Cleaning up the execution. On the second ring, Easy was running sets against Senor Payaso and Lisa. Senor Payaso tossed a cluster of volatile decoy traps across the floor, hoping to catch Easy as he rushed down the lane. But Easy's reflex block kicked in automatically, parrying the first explosion with a crisp, frame-perfect snap of his wrist, then stepping around the smoke. Snap, snap, crack. Easy caught Senor Payaso right on the chin with a 3-hit punish, dumping him hard onto the concrete. "Trash setup, Payaso," Lisa laughed, stepping into the ring immediately to take the winner's spot. "You're throwing those smoke traps like you're dropping confetti at a parade. You didn't even cover the high option." He auto-parried it. "What do you want from me?" Payaso groaned from the floor, adjusting his mask. "I want you to place the trap 2 inches back so he can't parry it on reaction." Lisa snapped back, taking his stance against Easy. "Stop fighting like a scrub. We're going up against Duck Dew and Clockwork in a few days. You think Duke's gonna let you drop sloppy traps? He'll lock you in a spatial void before you can even pull the trigger." The Watcher in the gallery. All across the gym, the relentless brawling and trash talking raged on. Arleith was screaming at G. Wolf for dropping a barrier 2 frames too late during a team shield drill. Corngo was rooted like an anvil, laughing as Inkblot tried and failed to throw him out of his stance, telling him his grips were weaker than a wet paper towel. Coogie and Davezilla were trading heavy armor blows in the center ring, shouting at each other over who had the worse wake-up options. It was chaotic, loud, and brutally effective. Every mistake was immediately mocked, broken down, and corrected on the spot. High above the chaotic training floor, perched silently on an iron catwalk in the shadowy rafters, sat Mr. Wizard. He didn't say a word this time. He didn't drop a comment, light a cigar, or offer a critique. He just sat back against the cold steel beam, arms folded over his knees, watching the endless cycle of beatdowns and harsh corrections unfold below. He watched Chunkster force Cable Guy to repeat the same block string 50 times in a row until his hands bled. He watched Crystal drill Ohio on anti-air reaction timing until it was second nature. Mr. Wizard looked down at the room, his eyes reflecting the blue glow of the CRT screens. A quiet, knowing look passed over his face. NorCal wasn't just building armor, they were sharpening every single edge through pure, unadulterated tough love.